Good day, everyone. As you all know, this is the first topic in this course that we will be discussing. So basically, we're going to tackle the introduction of the course, where it consists of the overview of IT-BPM, the definition of outsourcing, the reason why companies outsource, the advantages and disadvantages, and etc. So first, let me introduce to you the IT-BPM, which stands for Information Technology and Business Process Management. So this is an industry where our country, the Philippines, get recognized as the number one in business process outsourcing, according to the UK's National Outsourcing Associations in 2010. So IT-BPM is the combined use of IT solutions and business process management practices to enhance business operations. It provides the tools and system, and with the help of BPM, it refines the way those tools and systems are used to improve the overall performance of the business. So, for example, a company might use software to handle customer inquiries or process payments efficiently, which reduces manual effort and speed up work. So, the Philippines get recognized as the major player in global IT BPM. The opportunity remains for the country and even capture a bigger share given the global offshoring services market is seen to be more than double in 2016. So the success of the IT-BPM in the country is largely attributed to the strong and diverse skills of the workforce, given that the Filipinos are known for their advantage in English communication skills, a strong customer service etiquette, and their familiarity in Western culture. And also for the cheap labor, it becomes the biggest source of private jobs and becomes important for dollar supply. So it was seen then that this industry has the potential to bring in 25 billion US dollars in revenue and employ 1.3 million individuals. So another reason why the Philippines is a major player in the global IT-BPM is the Data Privacy Act in 2012, wherein it protects the personal data of the customers. This act increased the position of the Philippines as one of the most preferred for business process outsourcing, and with this, it increases the number of foreign investors. Offshoring and outsourcing is perhaps one of the most unique developments in business and industry. Offshoring is moving business processes or services in different countries, often to reduce cost, while outsourcing is hiring an external company to handle tasks which could be either in the same country or abroad. Firms now adapts truly global scope with the opportunity to situate their operation across the world. Outsourcing is said to have first flourished in the run up to the beginning of the second millennium. IT processes and operations were migrated to India as some Americans and European companies focused on dealing with the Y2K problem. So this Y2K problem is a bug problem related to the way dates were formatted in older computer systems, causing errors in date-related processing. So this move is driven by the need to address this problem. American and Europeans moved to India because India have many skilled software engineers and also the labor cost is lower than in the US. Outsourcing in India allowed the companies to get the necessary work done cost effectively while focusing their internal resources on their core business operations. So we have here some snapshots of IT BPM industry in the Philippines. So the first one is the contact center. or as known as call center. So the Philippines is known as the call center capital of the world. Contact center is a centralized office or facility where companies handle customer interactions through various channels such as phone calls, emails, chats, and social media. So basically, this is a service where customer service representatives deals with answering questions, solve problems, and provide support to customer over the phone or online. The next one is the back office and knowledge process outsourcing, best kept secret. Back office is working behind the scene. They handles internal operations and administrative tasks such as accounting, human resources, payroll, and data management. While no knowledge process outsourcing is about hiring experts to perform complex tasks that require knowledge, like financial analysis or legal research. Another is the software development. It is about creating computer programs, apps, or systems that help people do things like using a mobile app or managing a company's operation. The fourth one is the animation and game development. This involves creating visual content and interactive entertainment experiences such as animated movies, video games, and virtual simulations. And the last one, engineering design. It involves creating plans, blueprints, and specifications for various products, structures, or systems, such as machinery, buildings, and electronics. So these various components contribute to the success of the Philippines to be one of the leading destinations of outsourcing in global business operations. So this graph here shows the potential growth of jobs in the Philippine IT-BPM industry under two cases, the base case versus accelerated case. It highlights how employment could increase from 3.1 million to 4.5 million from 2012 to 2016. So in this case, the employment level is projected to be around 3.1 million jobs with 0.9 million direct jobs and 2.2 million jobs. Here it is. This would result in $20 billion export revenue and 995 billion in taxes on wages. In accelerated case, the employment level could reach 4.5 million jobs by 2016 with 11.3 million direct jobs and 3.2 million indirect jobs. This would result in $25 billion in export revenue and 1,290 billion pesos in taxes on wages. So the jobs increases from 3.1 million in 2012 to 4.5 million in 2016. This graph here illustrates the annual demand and supply of entry-level talent or the full-time equivalents for the Philippine IT-BPM industry from 2005 to 2016. It shows the widening gap between total talent demand, the red line, under the accelerated case scenario, and the effective addressable supply, the green line, under the base case. So the demand for entry-level talent grows significantly over time from around 63,000 in 2005 to 269,000 in 2016. This steep rise in demand reflects the optimistic growth scenario where the industry expands rapidly. The supply of talent grows at a slower and steady pace. from 80,000 in 2005 to between 80,000 and 10,000 in 2016, assuming a 2.5% growth rate. The green line represents the available talent supply under the base case scenario. So the gap between demand and supply widened significantly starting around 2012 to 2013, indicating a potential talent shortage in the accelerated case. This gap could lead to increased costs and quality pressures in the industry due to insufficient talents to meet the rising demand. Then, without addressing the talent supply issues, the industry could face constraints in achieving its growth potential. So, the illustration here shows the economic impact of the IT-BPM industry, showing that 75% of IT-BPM jobs are concentrated in National Capital Region, despite only 25% of graduates coming from there. It also shows that the industry is the largest private sector job creator in various tier 2 to 3 cities across the country. It also maps out key regional hubs showing the current employment and potential capacity to absorb more jobs in areas like Calabarzon, Central Luzon, Western Visayas, Central Visayas, and Davao Jensan.
So, good day everyone. I am Marjorie. So, for today's topic, I'm going to discuss what outsourcing is and why do companies outsource. So, outsourcing, every time we buy something from somebody rather than producing it ourselves, we have essentially outsourced the production of that good or service. In simple terms, outsourcing is when a company pays another company or person to do work for them instead of doing it themselves. For example, if you buy a meal from a restaurant, you are outsourcing the cooking instead of making the meal at home. Next, contracting a service provider for the delivery of a process or service. In business, outsourcing means hiring a company or service provider to handle a specific task or process. This could be customer service, IT support, or even manufacturing products. For example, a small business that sells clothes online may hire a delivery company to ship its product to customers. Instead of managing the shipping themselves, they let the delivery company handle it. So, why do companies outsource? So, there are five: capacity management, lower costs, better performance, faster and continuous service delivery, and part based activities. For the first one, capacity management, need to acquire, buy, or hire temporary capacity. Demand chasing, one day 50 employees needed, next day only 10 are needed. So for the capacity management, sometimes a company needs more workers or resources for a short time. For example, they might need 50 workers today, but only 10 for tomorrow. Outsourcing allows the company to bring in temporary help when needed without having to hire full-time employees. Let me give you an example. An event planning company may hire extra workers only for a large event, but once the event is over, they no longer need those extra workers. Outsourcing let them hire temporary staff just for the busy period. That's capacity management. For the second one, lower costs. Replace expensive local or in-house resources with less expensive resources from external service provider. Tax differential or government incentive programs in other location leading lower costs. So lower costs, outsourcing helps companies save money by using cheaper resources or workers from other places. Some countries offer lower wage or tax benefits so companies can reduce their costs by hiring from these places. For example, a software company in the US might hire programmers from Philippines. where the cost of labor is lower. This reduces their expenses compared to hiring local workers who might charge higher salaries. Additionally, some countries offer tax breaks, making outsourcing even more cost effective. So, the other reasons why company outsource will be discussed by the next reporter. Thank you.
While the companies outsourcing a better performance. A companies outsource to gain access to the specialized external providers who can deliver services with a better quality, innovation, and new platforms. This strategy allows businesses to focus on their core competencies while leveraging the expertise of the external specialists. For example, a Salesforce offers web-based sales management tools enabling companies to streamline their sales processes and improve customer engagement. Similarly, a PeopleSoft provides employee-facing tools that enhance workforce productivity and communication, allowing businesses to create a more engaged and empowered workforce. By outsourcing this function, companies can benefit from the specialized knowledge, cutting-edge technologies, and innovative solutions offered by the external providers, ultimately leading to a better performance and a competitive advantage. Next one is why the companies outsource a faster and continuous service. A companies outsource to achieve the faster and continuous service by leveraging time zone differences. By offshoring tasks to locations in reverse time zones, businesses can create a 24/7 operational cycle. For example, offshoring the market research support to locations with the opposite time zones allows for the constant data collections and analysis. Similarly, offshoring bill of lading processing to centers in other time zones enables faster completion of tasks as work can continue uninterrupted throughout the day. This approach maximizes the output and ensures continuous service delivery regardless of location or time constraint. And lastly, why the companies outsource in a part-based activities. The companies often outsource the production of the specific parts or the component to specialized providers, a strategy known as the part-based outsourcing. This allows them to focus on their core competencies while benefiting from the expertise and the economies of scale offered by the external specialists. For example, the automobile manufacturers outsource the productions of engines, the transmission, and the interior to specialized supplier. Also, it's similar to the cruise ship companies outsource the construction of the individual cabins, while the airplane manufacturers rely on the external providers for the complex avionics system. Even the desktop build and configuration can be outsourced to companies specializing in assembling and configuring the computers. Also, this approach enables the companies to access the specialized skills, reduce the production costs, and ensure the high-quality component, ultimately contributing to the overall efficiency and the success of their product and services.
So next, what is being outsourced? So outsourcing is a common business practice where companies hire external organizations or individuals to perform tasks or create goods that we are traditionally handled internally. So we have here the support and auxiliary service, routine activities or activities can be automated at larger center, and last is IT service. So for support or auxiliary service, these are services that are not core to a company's business but are still necessary for its operation. So for examples, cafeteria, janitorial service, copy center, building maintenance, tracking or shipping, security, or payroll. So these are the example of support or auxiliary service. So next is the routine activities or activities that can be automated at larger center. So it is a small banks outsourcing check processing to larger banks, riding on ATM base of multi-bank network. And also it is a small vendors using Amazon.com data center, also marketing and payment processing platforms. And last, it is banks using common or multi-bank core banking services of large technology providers. So these are tasks that are repetitive and can be easily automated. For instance, include data entry, order processing, and accounting. So last is the information technology services or IT services. So these are the examples of IT services. We have application development, application maintenance and management, production or data center operations, and production technical or systems support, and also we have the help desk software as a service, or it is a shared application software. And last is the cloud service, or it is shared data storage facilities and database management. So in IT services, it this include a wide range of services related to information technology, such as software development, network management, and data storage.
Now, let's move on to the advantages and disadvantages of outsourcing in employer as well as the employee. First, let's talk about the advantages of outsourcing in employer perspectives. So first, we have the service provider. Business process outsourcing or BPO company determines most efficient number of resources, process, and supervision to achieve output. So, this means that a BPO company, with its experience and knowledge of managing large scale operations, can optimize resources, processes, and supervision to ensure efficient and effective delivery of the outsourced work. Second, we have the service provider may have a more expertise or capability than the buyer. It's very common for a service provider to have more expertise or capability than the buyer. This is especially true in specialized fields where the buyer might be seeking a solution to a problem they don't fully understand. So, we have three examples: the technical support, the accounting, and the animation. Where in technical support, companies like Dell and Convergys specialize in providing technical support, offering more expertise than a company that might only need occasional support. Accounting, companies like JP Morgan Chase and Corporation and Citi have extensive experience and resources in accounting, making them better equipped to handle complex financial tasks than a smaller company. Third, we have the animation. Companies like Top Draw Animation specialize in animation, offering a higher level of expertise and resources than a company that might only need occasional animation work. Next advantage, we have the buyer can leverage economies of scale of the service provider. This means that a company outsourcing work wherein the buyer can benefit from the cost advantages of a larger service provider like a BPO company. So we have some example here: the technical infrastructure, wherein service providers have invested in advanced technology and infrastructure that a smaller company might not be able to afford. Second example, the human resources, wherein service providers have a larger pool of skilled employees, allowing them to manage workloads more efficiently. Third example, we have the expertise. Service providers have specialized expertise in their field, which they can apply to multiple clients, making it more cost effective than a company trying to develop this expertise internally. Next, let's talk about the advantage of outsourcing in employee perspective. First, we have here the work abroad, live here. This highlights the appeal of working for a BPO company in the Philippines, allowing employees to earn a foreign salary while living in their home country. Under work abroad, live here, we have these two under it. First, we have the be near your friends and family. This emphasizes the benefit of staying close to loved ones while having a career. Second, work in the country and support Philippine growth, wherein this emphasizes the contribution to the local economy and national development. Second advantage, we have the professional growth, wherein BPO companies often offer training and development opportunities, allowing employees to enhance their skills. Next advantage, we have the financial independence. Working for a BPO can provide a stable income and financial security. Next, we have the employee assistance, wherein BPO companies often offer benefits and supports programs for their employees. And last advantage, we have the enjoy your favorite food, wherein this highlights the cultural aspect of working in the Philippines. Now, let's talk the disadvantages of outsourcing and employer perspective. First, we have the cost can be higher, wherein outsourcing can sometimes be more expensive than doing the work in-house. This is because service providers need to factor in their own costs, such as overhead, profit margins, and the cost of specialized expertise. Second disadvantage is the buyer does not have full control of resources doing work, because when you're outsourced, you relinquish some control over the resources and processes used to manage their staff, technology, and workflows, which can lead to potential communication issues, quality concerns, or delays. That's all.
Disadvantages of outsourcing. The first one is cost can be higher because provider may add premium for risk in case processes are not well defined. Outsourcing can sometimes lead to higher costs because the service provider might add a premium to cover risk, especially if the tasks or processes are not well defined. Example problem is vaguely defined tasks as provide clinic service. Example of this is such as provide clinic service. This lack of clarity can lead to misunderstanding and inefficiencies. Solution here is refined task. 2 full-time nurses and 1 full-time doctor from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. providing emergency medicine. To what extent? And emergency are equipment or not? The task might require a specific staffing like 2 full-time nurses and 1 full-time doctor working from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It might also involve providing emergency medicine with unclear extent and care equipment whether included or not. Next is buyer does not have full control of resources doing work. When work is outsourced, the buyer does not have full control over the resources performing the task. Example, can your agency provided office assistants also do this extra errand? Bring pet to the vet, bring clothes to the dry cleaner, pick up kids from schools. Solution, do not use outsourced office assistants like your personal assistants. In example problem, this is provided office assistant can perform personal errands such as bringing a pet to the vet clinic, bringing clothes to the dry cleaner, picking up kids from schools. The solution offered is to avoid using outsourced office assistants for personal tasks, implying that these tasks should be handled by personal assistants instead.
Next is shifting schedule. Gives you the opportunity to pursue your passion and interest during the day. When employees might have to work night shift, opportunity in here is this schedule can give employees the chance to pursue their passions and interests during the day. Last one is dealing with irate customers. There is training supports on how to deal with irate customers. Next is there is also floor supports. The last one is companies provide facilities and activities to help you unwind. Employees may have to handle upset or angry customers. Training is provided on how to deal with irate customers. Floor support is available to assist employees. Companies offer facilities and activities to help employees unwind and manage stress. While there are challenges associated with outsourcing such as night shifts and dealing with difficult customers, there are also support systems and opportunities that can help employees manage this challenge effectively.